Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm going over last week's spending and then briefly showing you this week's budget. So last week's spending went from Wednesday the 13th through Tuesday the 19th. And again, I set up my calendar like this because Wednesday is usually the day that I get paid. So if the money's already, it's a Thursday, but the money's deposited on Wednesday. So that's kind of why I set it up like this. Just easier for me to read left to right. So last Wednesday, I got ice cream for $13.25. More ice cream on Saturday for $13.25. Went out for Chinese. We picked up Chinese for takeout on Saturday for $64.68. On Sunday, I got gas for $30.85. So again, not a lot of spending, no groceries that week. We're leaving on our cruise on the 24th, which is this Sunday. So obviously avoiding the habit of having to get groceries when we're not going to be here. We're just eating what's in the house and making do with what we have. Let's just now slightly go over, that's not it, sorry. So let's just go over what was spent. So I had a rollover of $260.56. My check was $657.31 plus an additional $250 that goes into a separate account just to pay for credit card payments. Then these three, are automatically withdrawn for savings. It goes $50 into our mortgage account, $40 for our hot tub, and $10 toward the yard, anything that we want to do outside for the summer. $40 of gas. I got some shameless snacks. If you're on a GLP-1 journey, you know what that is. They were pretty good. $27.15. Ice cream for $13.25. Childcare envelope, I put in $60, and then we did have somebody come on Saturday, so it was a total of $80, so I had to put an additional $20 in. In the grocery envelope, I put $50. My plan is this week as well to put in $40, so then that way it builds up a little nest egg when we come back and we can go for, a full shop. In our cruise envelope, I put $150. I had purchased coffee from Staples, which is so ridiculous. It was on sale, and then they lost the package. So obviously, I requested a refund, so that $58.97 will show on this week's budget. I had to give somebody back a refund on something that I sold to them because it wasn't the right size, so that was $33.95. We got takeout on Saturday for $64.25. More gas in the car for $30.85. Picked up some ice for $3.99. Oh, and then I thought there was a dinner out Friday. Friday dinner was $40.71, so I have to put that amount on my calendar just to be able to see it as a whole on the calendar. I've been pretty good about putting my stickers down for that. So then let's go over this week's budget really quickly. My rollover was $219.75. My full-time check was $661.80, again, plus the additional $250 in a separate account. If you like doing that, open up another bank account somewhere else and figure out what your minimum payments are for credit cards in the month, and then put that amount every week or bi-weekly in that account. And then you don't have to worry about it. Since I've been doing that, I'm able to pay more extra on credit cards and really reducing my debt down. I know it sounds silly, but for me, it's that, out of sight, out of mind, and it's already taken care of. And then the refund for Staples will be coming in at $58.97. So let's just add that quickly. $940.52 to work with. And I'm going to leave quite a bit in it for the buffer because we're not going to be here, and when we get back, we'll owe $350 to the person who's taking care of our dog. So I just want that money in here. Again, out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to spend it. So my buffer, I put in 30. Again, 50, 40, 10 is automatic savings that happens from my account. My check once a week. Had the house cleaned so we can do that before we left. It was $125. These are both mine. So I'll put P spending here. I do a game online, World Winner, on my phone. So I put $20 in that. And then I got DraftKings. I put 15 in and they matched it at 15. And I had already won some money this week. So I'll take some of that money out and transfer it right into my other savings account. We have a gift of a friend who's graduating. So I gave him $100. Wonderful young man, and he has autism. You would never know it, you know. It's just I actually watched him being birthed. You know, it's a good friend of mine's baby, and you know, he's 21. He's graduating now from college, and he's just, you know, what a fine young man, really. Great little story there. So the balance is 550.52. Variable spending, I don't necessarily, I mean gas. I'm gonna need gas in my car today, obviously. So I'm gonna budget, I'll put in either 30 or 40. I might just put in 30 because we're not gonna be here, so the gas will stay in the car, but we'll see. Maybe I'll put in 40. Dino, we are gonna go out with friends. We're actually gonna just get takeout tomorrow night. So I'm gonna budget 40 there as well, because we'll pay half of it, so it shouldn't be more than $40 or $50. And then groceries, I'm trying to think if we need anything between now and Sunday. I know we don't, so I'm gonna actually put 0. So that'd be kind of psyched, right? So 550.52 minus 80, so that leaves us 470.52. 470.52. Okay, and then I'm going to carry that up here. Word challenge. Just for like sinking funds. Okay, so you see this big amount here, obviously. I did have a rollover way back when of $1,000 that I had put in here for our cruise. I just took that money out because I want to take cash on our cruise with these little mini envelopes. I'll show them, actually, I'll do a quick little video later tonight just to kind of show you what I had in mind to do. But I'm going to take $40 out and put it into the grocery envelope. Again, that way I'm just trying to build a grocery envelope for June so that when we come back, we can do a shop. But then going forward in June, I really want to use cash envelopes for these variable expenses like groceries, dino, etc. I want to kind of get away from the debit card, especially using Amazon. My number one goal for June is less than $50 in Amazon, if anything. But I just saw that I need garbage bags, but I can do that at BJ's. I just don't really want to buy anything more at Amazon. I think I spent quite a bit on Amazon for the trip, and it's kind of killing me how much it was, to be quite honest with you. I'll have to do like a trip expense, you know, after the fact, once I add everything up, you know, maybe minus the trip itself, because that money came from somewhere else. But okay. And then the word challenge, I might just put another $60 in there just to kind of beef it up a little bit. So really that is it. I do have like this diner at 40 for Friday night, but I am gonna put like ice cream or other, because our DoorDash pass came out as well at 40. And I know our DoorDash was $9.99, that already came out. And then I got ice cream again last night, and that was $17.75. I get ice cream, but it lasts me like 3 days, to be honest with you. But I get my husband a milkshake, so kind of that's what the difference is. All right, that's my budget for, showed you my expenses for last week, my budget for this week. We're leaving on our cruise on Sunday. We're very excited. I'm so excited. Honestly, you know what I'm really excited about is just relaxing. Just really, you know, not thinking about work. It'll be the first time in 4 years at this job, and I really love my job and I talk about it all the time, but it'll be the first time in 4 years that I'm actually leaving the job behind. Usually when we go to my mother-in-law's in New York, I'm on my laptop, I do work, I check emails, I respond to emails, and you know, I'm not going to do that. I might check emails once on the trip, but really that's it. I'm telling you right now, I am not going to do that. I'm going to unplug in the best way possible and be present for my family. Promise. Bye, guys.